So you're going to need your strap for this one. We're just going to start in the centre of our mats. Wrap the strap around one end of one hand and then grab a hold of the other, and we're just going to start with 10 overhead pass-throughs. So we're just going to inhale to lift it all the way up, take the strap all the way back behind, and then take it all the way back up and over again. So we're just doing 10 of those, making sure that your ribcage stays down, you're not flaring out, and I'll show you a bad one. As you go back with that strap, try and keep everything nice and tight so that the movement just comes from your shoulders. Just going to go for 2 or 3 more. Last one. And then bring the strap all the way around in front of you. From here, you're going to take the hands all the way back behind you and take the strap round the body, a bit like around the world. We're just going to go 5 times in one direction. And then 5 times in the other direction. Keeping those arms nice and straight. Again, keeping those ribs tucked down, making sure that the movement comes just from the shoulders. When you've done 5 times in both directions, just chuck the strap to one side. We're going to inhale as we lift the hands up, interlace the fingers, push the palms towards the ceiling, and then just gently tip from side to side, opening up the lats, opening up the ribs. We're going to go for about 5 leans on each side. 1 more each way, and then gently come all the way back to center. Release the arms, shake the shoulders out, maybe just roll them back and down a few times, and then forwards. And then from here we're going to take a nice deep inhale as we lift the hands up, soften the knees, hinge at the hips, and come all the way down into your Uttanasana forward fold. Think about drawing the chest over the thighs, so if you need to bend your knees more to do so, do that. And then taking opposite hand to opposite elbow, just gently let the crown of the head hang towards the floor. Let the weight of the head elongate the spine, draw it out of your lower back. Feel that stretch across your lower back, into the glutes, down the hamstrings. 1 more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. And we're going to inhale as we come down into a crouch position, tucking the head in tight. Exhale, push up and back into that forward fold. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale to crouch. Exhale to fold. Inhale to crouch. Exhale to fold. And just hold here. If you want to, you can take the hands back behind the calves. Pull the body over the thighs more, let the head hang deeper, maybe even try and bring the head and the chest between the knees. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release the hands to the floor, walk the feet back, find your down facing dog position. From here, just gently pedal through the feet, opening up those calves. And then take the feet still, push the heels towards the floor, soften the knees, and then just gently press through the shoulders, opening up the chest, the arms, the thoracic spine. And then when you're ready, we'll take a body flow. So we're going to inhale as we roll forwards, drop the hips, look up, find cobra. And as we exhale, we're going to push back to extended child's pose. Take a nice deep breath all the way in, feel that expansion across the upper back. Exhale. And then we're just going to come up onto our hands and knees, bringing hands underneath shoulders. We're going to come into thread the needle. So you're going to take right hand through and under as you exhale, bringing the right shoulder to the floor, looking out underneath the left armpit. From here, you're going to inhale to lift and twist, reaching up high, and then exhale to thread. So you're just going to do 5 of these on one side, 2 more to go. And then last one. And then come all the way back to center and switch sides. So right hand goes through and under, bringing the, left hand goes through and under, bringing the shoulder to the floor, looking up underneath the right armpit. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale to thread. I've just seen someone else's joint. So do 5 of those. I'll just make sure that my screen is on spotlight so you guys can see me. And then come all the way back to center. When you've done those 5, take the hands slightly further forward, sit back on your heels, find your extended child's position. Take a nice deep breath all the way in, feel the expansion across the upper back. Exhale. And then this time as you inhale, you're going to draw your nose down the center line of your mat towards your hands, keeping your chest nice and low. And then we're going to scoot up into Cobra, or if Cobra is too much, come into Sphinx on the forearms. Yogi's choice. We're going to do 2 more of those. So exhale as you push back to extended child's pose. And then inhale as you draw your nose along the mat. Come up as you reach the hands into Cobra. Exhale, push back to extended child's pose. One more time, scooping the nose all the way along the mat. Pressing up into Cobra. And then exhaling as you push back into extended child's pose. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. As you exhale, walk the hands all the way over to the left. Feel the stretch in the right side body. Take a nice deep breath all the way in again. Exhale. And then as you inhale, walk the hands all the way back to center. And as you exhale, walk the hands all the way over to the right. Feel the stretch in the left side body. One more deep breath all the way in again. Exhale. And then slowly walk the hands back to center and come up onto your hands and knees. So we're going to take the left foot outside of the left hand for a slightly narrower stance lunge. And you're going to think about reaching with the left hand forwards, palm facing down. So as you inhale, reach forwards. And as you exhale, sweep the hand over to the right, feeling that stretch in the shoulder, maybe down the side of the back. Inhale back to center. Exhale to sweep. We're going to do 5 more, so 5 of those in total. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. When you've done 5, come back to center. Bring that left hand now back in, palm facing up. You're going to inhale to reach forwards again. Exhale to sweep. You might not get as far, but notice that the stretch is now moved further down the spine, further down into the mid-back. And again, we're just doing 5 of those. So that's 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. From here, you're going to inhale as you lift and reach with the hands up above the head. Drop the left hand by the side and reach over to the left with the right hand, feeling that stretch in that hip flexor down the side of the body. Take a nice deep breath in. If you can take the hand all the way to the floor and keep reaching over for a deeper stretch. 2 more deep breaths. When you've taken those 2 deep breaths, inhale to come all the way back up. Plant the hands back down on the floor. Step back to your tabletop position, and then we're going to switch sides. So right foot comes forwards, outside of the right hand in that slightly narrow lunge stance, and then we're going to reach forwards, palm facing down with that right hand as we inhale. Exhale, sweep over to the left. Inhale back to center. 4 more. Last one. Come all the way back to center, then bring the hand back in, palm facing up, reach and inhale forwards, exhale, sweep over to the left. 5 reps in total again, so 3 more after this one. Last one. Come all the way back to center. Come up onto your feet now, so find your steady balance. Inhale as you lift the hands up above the head, reaching up tall. Right hand goes by the side as you exhale and reach over to the right with your left hand. Option again to just hang out here or take that right hand to the floor and reach further for a deeper stretch. Take 2 more deep breaths wherever you're at. And then inhale as you come all the way back up to center. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Step back to your down facing dog and we're going to take a body roll. So we're going to inhale as we roll forwards, drop the hips, look up, find cobra. And then exhale as we push back to extended child's pose. From here, you're going to scoop the body along the floor, coming into a prone position as you inhale onto your stomach. And then taking your left arm underneath you, right arm reaches back, we're coming into half frog. So you're going to bring the right foot towards the glute, pressing the heel in, maybe pulse it a few times, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, let that leg go back and then switch sides. So left hand goes back, grab a hold of the foot, bring the heel in towards the glute, pulse a few times, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, let that leg go back, take the hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, and press back and up into your down facing dog. Pedal out the feet, open up the calves, the hips, the hamstrings, press back into your shoulders, open up the chest, pulse the head towards the floor, enjoy that gentle stretch, and then when you're ready, we'll take 1 more body flow. So inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, look up, find cobra, and then exhale as you push back to extended child's pose. Take a nice deep breath all the way in, exhale, and then inhale as you come up onto your hands and knees, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. From here, take the left leg up high to the sky, 3-leg down facing dog. Bend at the knee, open up that hip flexor as you come into that scorpion variation, and just play with the range of motion that you have in your hip there. How far can you take that leg over? And then when you're ready, we're going to come through into pigeon pose. So bringing that left knee through to the front left corner of the mat, sliding the right leg back, we're going to come into our upright pigeon. So find yourself in that seated position. Press the ground away as you inhale. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, melt the body forwards. Let the hands come out in front, come into your sleeping pigeon pose. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you walk the hands all the way back up. So from here, option 1 is to focus on your alignment in this position. So really focus on rolling that right hip down, keeping that sit bone to the floor on the left, and finding that nice level hip position. You can also help open up your hip flexor, but maybe bouncing up and down in the bottom of the pose and just opening up that a bit more. If you're comfortable here and you've got a nice sturdy base, we can start to work into mermaid pose. So we're going to take the left hand back, grab a hold of that, right hand back, and grab a hold of the right foot. You can catch the foot, bring the heel towards the glute, maybe open up the quad a little bit, and then see if you can catch the foot in the crease of your elbow. If this is enough for you today, you can stay here and just hold here for maybe 2 to 3 breaths. And then if you want to go further, you can try and take your left hand up and over, interlacing the fingers, really rolling that right hip over so you have that nice sturdy base still, and the eye gaze goes forwards. Take a nice deep breath wherever you're at, all the way in, exhale, and then release that back leg. Come through into that seated pigeon again, and then the right leg is going to come up and over into half Lord of the Fishes. So taking that foot over the top of that left knee, Finding both sit bones on the floor. If you can't do that, you can extend the lower leg so that you can get there. Option 1, to just simply grab the knee and pull it in towards the chest. Option 2, you can take a bind by taking the arm all the way up and over, threading the hand through the legs holes, and then reaching back with the other hand. So you're inhaling to lift, exhaling to twist to look over that right shoulder. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then inhale as you come all the way back to center. We're going to take this right leg now up and over, taking it out to the side. So your left sole of the foot comes in towards the inner right thigh. Inhale as you lift and reach the arms up above the head, and then exhale as you fold forwards over that right leg for half head to knee pose. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then as we inhale this time, we're going to windmill the arms all the way up and back, taking the left hand back behind us, coming into rock star or half kneeling back bend, lifting the hips up off the floor as we inhale, exhale, fold backwards. We're going to limber between those two poses 2 more times. So you're going to inhale to come down, exhale to fold, inhale to lift, exhale to reach. 1 more time. Inhale to lift, exhale to fold. Inhale to lift, exhale to reach. This time we're going to come all the way back down into our seated position. Take that right foot all the way back into your seated pigeon position, and then step back to your down facing dog. From here we're going to take it to the other side. So this time your right foot is going to go high to the sky. 3 leg down facing dog. Bend at the knee, open up that hip flexor, find your scorpion variation. Play with that range of motion. Feel how tight that hip may or may not be. And then bring that leg through, bringing the knee through to the front right corner of the mat for the seated pigeon. Finding yourself in that upright position. Left leg goes back, toes untuck. Hip bone to heel, sit bone to floor. Find that level hip position. Inhale as you lift the ground away, press the ground away, finding that stretch in that left hip flexor, and as you exhale, melt the body forwards over that front leg, coming down into sleeping pigeon for 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly come up into your seated pigeon position. From here, option to stay here and work on your alignment, opening up that left hip flexor, finding that sit bone to floor, hip bone to heel. And you can just stay here and make it quite dynamic by adding that bounce or pulse in. Option 2, we can work towards mermaid pose. So we're going to take left hand back to left foot, bringing the heel in towards the glute, and maybe just pulsing the heel towards the glute a few times, opening up that quad. If this is enough for you today, stay here. See if you can catch that foot in your elbow, and to take it further into mermaid pose, you can reach over with that right hand, interlace the fingers, keep rolling that left hip bone towards the floor so you're nice and level. Don't fall over onto your right cheek, because you're going to just roll all the way over and fall out of the pose. Wherever you're at, hold for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release. Come back to that seated pigeon, and then we're going to come into that half Lord of the Fishes. So left leg now comes up and around, placing the foot on the outside of the right knee. Option again to extend that lower leg if you need to, so that both sit bones are connected. Option 1, grab a hold of that left knee with the right arm and come into that simple twist. Option 2 is to take that bind, so take the armpit up and over the knee, reach through that gap that you've created with your legs, and see if you can interlace the fingers. Wherever you're at, inhale to lift, exhale to twist, and hold for 3, 2, 1, exhale, release. This time left leg goes out to the side, right sole of the foot comes into the inner thigh of the left leg, square the body off to the left leg, inhale to lift and lengthen, Exhale to fold over that left leg. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale as you lift and reach. Right hand goes up and over, back behind you on the floor, and then left hand lifts up towards the ceiling, finding that rock star pose or half kneeling back bend. Exhale as you reach. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then we're back to limbering 2 more times. So inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale to reach. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Last time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to reach. From here, inhale as you come all the way back to that seated position. Take that left leg all the way back behind you. Find your seated pigeon position once again. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, press back into your down facing dog position. Pedal out the feet and we'll take another body flow. So we're going to inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, look up, find cobra. And then exhale as you push back to extended child's pose. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Feel the expansion above in the upper back. And then we're going to work into our puppy pose. So option to just stay here and hang out and just enjoy a nice relaxed stretch. Option 2, we can take it a little bit further into heart melting pose. So we're going to come up off the heels just slightly. Look for the front of the mat and see if you can reach a little further forwards, bringing your chin to the floor. So we're getting into that upper back. Opening up the shoulders, deepening the bend in the upper spine, in the neck. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. If this is enough for you today, then feel free to stay here. If you want to take it further, go all the way to the floor with your chest, stacking your bum above your hips, not letting the bum go past the knees, and then finding your chest to the floor. So really reach forwards with the chin, grab a hold of the front of the mat if you like, and push back into the bend. Your lower back should be completely neutral. Your upper back should be taking the entirety of this bend. Hold here for 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come up onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes, press back and up into down facing dog. Pedal out the feet, open up the calves, the hips, the hamstrings, and then slowly walk the feet all the way into the front of the mat, finding yourself in Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a moment here to just stretch out the lower back, open up the hips, the glutes, the spine, and then we're going to heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat, find your squat stance. From here, inhale to lift and reach all the way up above, palms together at the top. Exhale as you come down into the bottom of your garland pose. Just take a moment there to find and open your hips, find your balance, find your position. So think about tailbone to the floor, rolling those shoulder bones back and down, finding your chest nice and open in that upright position. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then we're going to take right hand back behind us and reach up with our left hand towards the ceiling. Come back into that squat. So you're kind of finding a bridge or a half crab position, and then come back to your garland pose. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So left hand goes back behind, reach up into a bridge toward the ceiling, and then come back into that garland pose again. We're going to do that 2 more times on each side. So left hand, right hand behind, lift and reach, and then come back to center. Left hand goes back, lift and reach, come back to center. 1 more time each way. If you want to challenge yourself today, you can stay here if you want to. If this is enough for you today, to just open up the hips. If you want to try, you can make this into an around the world transition. So you can take that left hand all the way back behind you, reach up and over into wheel pose, and then come all the way back through the other side, finding yourself in garland. You can then go back the other way, just one more time, or just do the other side like we did before, taking it all the way around the world, coming back into that garland pose. From here, we're just going to take the hands to the floor, heel toe the feet back underneath the hips, and then slowly make our way down into a seated position on your mats. Taking the legs straight out in front of you, flexing the toes back towards you. You're just going to pull the fleshy bits off your bum out from underneath your sit bone. Inhale as you lift and reach. Exhale as you fold forwards into your seated forward fold. Take 5 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, fold deeper. And then inhale as you come all the way up to a seated position. Taking the hands back behind you, fingertips pointing away. Think about rolling the shoulders back and down as you lift through the heart towards the ceiling. Eye gaze up. From here, if this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to take it deeper, take your feet to the floor and slowly scoot your bum in towards your heels. Deepening the stretch, taking it further down the arms, maybe further across the chest. Keep lifting and reaching with that heart. Wherever you're at, 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then slowly come out of that stretch. Come down onto your back and bring your knees in towards your chest. Just gently rock from side to side, massage that lower back. As you inhale, lift your nose to knees, squeeze the knees in tight, curl up into a tight ball. Exhale to lower. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last time, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. From here, taking a hold of your left knee. Exhale as you extend your right leg all the way to the floor. Inhale as you pull that left knee in towards your chest. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you bring both knees back to center. Switching over the hands, take a hold of the right knee. Exhale as you extend the left leg all the way to the floor. Inhale to pull that right knee in towards the center of your chest. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale to bring both knees back to center. From here, take the hands out wide in a T-shaped position, palms facing down. And as you exhale, drop the knees all the way over to the left. Inhale to lift and reach the head to look towards the right. Keeping those shoulders glued to the floor, you can press down on the outer thigh, extend that top leg. Wherever you need to be, take 3 more deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly inhale as you lift your knees and your head back to center. And then switch over. So dropping the knees all the way over to the right. Inhale to lift and twist the head towards the left. Press down on the outer thigh. Let gravity do the work. Or extend that top leg. Just keep those shoulders glued to the floor. And take 3 more deep breaths. When you've taken those 3 deep breaths, just slowly release your hand from your foot. If you've got a hold of it, inhale as you lift your knees and your head back to center. Grab a hold of your knees once again. Enjoy a gentle massage across that lower back. And then whenever you're ready, slowly make your way all the way up to seated. Finding yourself in the center of your mat. We'll take one last deep inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together at the top. And as we exhale, taking the hands to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.